Warning, this video is a Commissar Bro Impressions review video. It is full of fake accents, noobish tinkering, and spoilerific gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Grand Ages Medieval, that's right. This game just came out today. It's an economic strategy game from Gaming Minds. That's right. So, relatively new company as far as I can tell. I'm not really familiar with them. And this game is interesting. I don't really know what to think about it entirely. It's not bad, mind you. It's not bad at all. Graphically, it's very pleasing. Surprisingly enough, I don't have the game on the highest graphic settings because, you know, why not? It says high, but it's a high setting. Anyway, so basically, with Grand Ages Medieval, you pick a city, and I'll even kind of show you. There is a campaign, by the way. But you basically create your character, create a crest, and then you go in here, you decide where you want to play. If you want to play on specific areas of the game world, or if you want to play in the entire game world. You set how many competitors should be in the game. Keep in mind there are independent cities in the game. And then you pick like a starting region based on that. Be like, okay, I'm going to start in Scandinavia. And then you pick a town specifically you want to start in. You can also have additional funds, additional towns to go along with your primary town. And you can also affect the difficulty of the AI and the starting AI funds. So, with all that in mind, we're going to actually go back and we're going to play the save game that I was already kind of bumbling around and learning the mechanics of the game and so on. So, without further ado, let's check that out. Alright, here you see my seat of power! The Castle of Toronto. That's right. Now, in my castle, as you can see, it's all very beautiful, like a lot of very nicely designed buildings. That's one thing this game excels at exceedingly well, is breathing life into this little world that it has created for you. That's right. There's people walking around, patrolling your castle, training in the drill grounds, and being led in the barracks, while people frolic in the marketplace. It's all very alive, and that is one thing this game, like I said, has done incredibly well, better than most games, in fact. You know, and honestly, I really like the aesthetic of the game. They nailed it here. Oh, and look at that. Trade is walking off. But anyway, diplomacy request from Palermo. Okay, they're giving me money to be able to walk through my stuff. Why not?
Wonderful.
Alright. But anyway, you also have in the world little wonders and things that can be found and discovered, and events. For example, right here, this wooden shack. We can send one of our guys there to explore it, check it out, and see what's in it. Now to do that, you would click here, and then click here. Yeah, so now we have one of our scouts and a group of archers I've built. So we're going to send the scouts to do it, and we're also going to slow the game down a little bit, because I have it on the max speed.
Almost there.
There we go. And you can basically see him go running. Yeah. And then once he gets there,
It's nearby.
you'll have an event happen, like this, telling you, oh, things happen. So sometimes it could be an enemy, sometimes it could be something good. Alright, so with military stuff relatively out of the way, let's kind of focus on the actual grit of the game. That's right. Basically, you have inhabitants, you have military, which you build up with a barracks and a drill grounds and so on, as you can see here. That's right, and then you get the upgrades and all that good stuff that you get through development, which I'll explain in a second. But the primary important thing in this game would be the actual production. As you can see, you have quite a number of goods that you can produce. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that could be produced in your actual town. That's so like I can make fruits here, but I can't make wine. I can make honey, but I can't make metals, so on and so forth. And you can really focus and specialize your towns as you gain more of them at certain tasks and objectives. With that in mind, you can actually increase the number of businesses in your town. That's actually a big way to increase population in your town. It's pretty much the only way to increase population in your town is to increase the number of businesses. Basically, building these businesses means that more people will move there and work there. It's kind of a weird concept, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but sure. Just the idea that all the shops and owners are being created by the Lord of the Realm just seems strange. I don't know, but maybe that's how it worked back then. Sure, whatever. Works that way. But anyway, so you've got that where you actually increase the number of businesses. You pay in your own resources to build them via lumber, via bricks, and so on and so forth. It leads to more production, but it also leads to higher upkeep costs. So, with that in mind, you want to make sure that you're trading off your goods, so you're actually making money on them. As you can see here, I have a trader, and he's not listening to me for some reason. Oh, because we have it paused. That's right. Alright, so let's unpause it. There he goes. So he's going to go back. We're going to pick up the goods from Toronto, and we're going to move them back into Rome, and we're going to sell them there. Try to make a little bit of money. Right down here you can see he has a capacity of 100. And it tells you the actual value of the commodities once we pick them up. So, chop chop little buddy. Chop chop. There he goes. Alright. Slow it back down again. So, let's see. You click on that little name there, and then you click on trade. And you can actually pick how much you want to put into his cart. I'm not sure what we want to trade. Maybe fruits. Yeah, let's sell some fruits. 40 barrels of it. Okay. Well, actually, we could just sell all fruits if we wanted to. Nah, we'll sell wool as well. 60 barrels of wool. Alright. So that should be quite a lot of goods. And we're going to go over here, send him back to Rome. And he is going to sell his goods there. Now, you can actually plan routes as the cities get bigger and whatnot, and go into more depth in what they carry and what they trade off and so on. This is still very early in the game, and very much focused on, you know, the actual economic patrician type stuff. So let's see, trade. All right, and we're going to sell that for 6,000. Sell that for 3. So we made about 10,000, and we also increased our diplomatic rating with Rome. They like us more because of it. The population is at a 40% popularity basically with Rome, and then they have 52% sympathy towards us. With this, on the diplomacy screen, you can also submit offers, basically. I've pretty much got everything I want from this town. So, you know, that is what it is. And what else is there really to talk about? Well, I guess that's the main gist of the game, is increasing production, building these little supplemental buildings down here, and so on, so forth. As you can see, these actually have passive bonuses and so on. I guess the overall objective of the game is to become the Emperor of Europe, or the Emperor of the world, depending on what map you're playing on. And that's kind of the gist.
Practically there.
Now, this isn't inherently a bad thing. It just feels kind of limiting. It doesn't seem like it's really focused on the economic simulation part of the game. So, with that, I believe it excels. It's a tad simplistic and oversimplified, in my opinion. I kind of like the way games like The Guild do it better. Like, just The Guild 2, I love the economic portions of it. It makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot of fun. This, on the other hand, it's interesting, building the militaries and stuff like that. And the game's not bad. I like it. I do. I just don't know if it's a whole lot of fun, aside from people who are big fans of Patrician and who are big fans of games like that. I mean, it's just, it seems very overly simplified. And yeah, I don't know. It seems a tad bit tedious. Even the combat mechanics are a tad clunky, I guess you could say. What I will do real quick is before I kind of wrap up this video, I'll show you what combat looks like in the game. Again, it's kind of clunky, and I'm not 100% a fan of it.
I now hold you.
We have an alliance? Oh, yeah, degrade that. So be it! And then we gotta wait 11 weeks. Okay, whatever. Let there be 11 weeks then, and then we will show war against Palermo. Well, I guess while we wait for that, I'll explain developments real quick, because that is something I forgot to mention. Every time you gain a rank in the game, you get 3 developments. Developments are essentially just research. So, as you can see here, there's a whole bunch of stuff between military, infrastructure, like being able to build roads, and so on and so forth. Like I said, a lot of stuff that's going on there. I haven't gained a rank yet, and I've been playing this for about an hour. So, but then again, I have been really experimenting with a lot of stuff to kind of see, you know, the various sides and stuff of the actual game. Now, can we actually declare war on Palermo yet? 6 more weeks? Okay. 6 more weeks, even at ×3. It's a long time to wait. But we can actually check out some of the other stuff. As you can see here, I can only own a maximum of 2 units right now at my current rank. And see how it looks out with 1 town. Shows you inhabitants, all that good stuff. Yes, lots of nice little menus that really just delve into that. I wish I could see these other fellas here, like this guy, Hans von Holstein. Yes, whatever. And you can also have diplomacy, stuff like that. There you go. Oh, so each, I didn't actually know this, but each region actually has special units, which makes sense, but I didn't know that. And I would not have imagined the Caucasus region as having longbowmen. Well then, I'll take their word for it on that one. And Kiev? Really? Crossbowmen? You might as well just say mounted warriors and stick with that. Whatever. Nitpicky. Nitpicky. Alright, so, let's finally show off a little bit of combat, shall we? So we've got Palermo. We're going to declare war on them. So be it. Blah, blah, blah. Get ready to suck it. And we're waiting for our group of pikemen mercenaries to come assist us. Today we're over the first time. Yes, I've been at war before. Trust me. Take my word on it, buddy. But anyway. Alright, so we're going to do ×1. And we're going to say attack. And then attack. And our enemy is going to sally forth with his troops. Now this is kind of where I get confused at how the game actually works. So, okay. We have a certain multiplier, I suppose you could say. Okay, click that. It tells us how much it's got. So it slowly goes down over time. Okay, makes sense, right? Yet, my spearmen are engaged in combat. Sort of. Some of them are just standing there, taking a beating, but engaged in combat nonetheless. Now my group of archers, I guess they can't attack those swordsmen? They can't be engaged with them. This is where it gets kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Bad? Clunky is probably a better way of putting it, really. Clunky. Because, I mean, why can only 1 unit be engaged at a time? Why can't my archers assist? Like, I have 2 units. I should arguably be able to beat these swordsmen. There we go. Okay, so now they're engaged in the fight. Weird. So that might just be an issue on my side. Maybe it's just something they haven't quite fixed yet? I don't know. Needless to say, it's clunky. It's a tad clunky. Now, I know combat isn't the main focus of the game, but, I mean, it still seems to be a pretty big part. I mean, look at these animations. They put a lot of time into these, so clearly they care about them. But, maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Anyway, so this is Grand Ages Medieval. I hope this video has at least helped you a little bit to kind of help you pick out, like, if the game is worth playing or not. I know I've been kind of all over the place with it because it's a pretty big scope game. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's just, again, it's not the best. It's not bad. It's just not the best. Like, if I had to give it on a 9 to like a 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a 7 because it's, you know, it's interesting. It makes for an interesting concept, but it's not. It doesn't feel. really in depth. Graphically, it's fucking amazing looking. Like, I mean, the game is very beautiful, and even the soundtrack is actually very soothing, very nice. But there's just certain little things that bother me. Like, again, the combat mechanics. Like, look how long this is taking to fight. Here, let's put it on ×3. And it's still taking forever. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. There's just a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of weird stuff, but a lot of good stuff. Overall, like I said, I'd recommend it because I think a lot of people would find this interesting or find this game fun. And with that, this has been Commissar Bro, and I'll see all you amazing people next time.